Welcome to the Investment Process Channel. I am C3 Christopher Campbell. This is a channel where we teach people how to create generational wealth through trading. Let's get into it. This is week 10, March 1st of 2026. The beginning of the end of the last month of the quarter. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to be also talking about this week how the market traps us on those early Monday session openings. So let's get into the week. Okay, we're gonna start off with NQ. We see here that still not much movement. And we're still within our range. We did move our range tighter because we had a higher low here. Had a slight break of structure. So we can be looking for, we can be looking for price to just probably take off from here. So what we'll be looking for again, probably a pullback as the market opens this evening, and we'll look to see what happens from there. Let's go ahead and look at the monthly, see where we are. So we see we closed bearish. So even though we had that break of structure to the high side, we have a bearish candle here, which is also a break of structure of this candle here and here. So NQ, or Nasdaq, they did close bearish for the month. So again, for us to have a position that I was just talking about earlier, we want to see the price pull back into this direction, pull down first. Let's look at the weekly. We'll go ahead and hide this for right now. So our weekly candle, not much movement. We went up and came back down, took out the previous 2 weeks ago's high. Not the low, though. That's why we see that break of structure that happened on the daily. We had an imbalance there. We took that out as well. Nothing really showing us, though, that we're taking off from here. Again, if we just stop and look at the range has been from here to here. Really haven't moved out the range. So we can see that the market is consolidating. Bottom line here, again, there's not been much movement outside of this range here. If you've been trading within the range, there are opportunities. But however, understand it is within the range, and make sure your risk is according to that range. So here we back are on the daily. Again, we did have that break of structure here on Wednesday and Thursday. Look at this weekly again. Weekly support. That's our range. Boom. Put this weekly support here. Reason why I'm putting that weekly support there is because specifically, if we go below that, like we get a close below that on the daily, more than likely price will still be continuing down. We had that monthly support that we had marked off here. And we see we did not take that out, though. It's still in play. Looking at this again, price is in a downward trend right now, even though it's consolidating. It's in a downward trend overall. From here to here. It may be shifting. Again, we have that break of structure here. But nothing is really standing out to me. Nothing is really standing. Let's look at this 4 hours, see an opportunity for entry. Again, if you're trading within the range, we see opportunities here. There's some imbalance left behind on this 4-hour. The price could come back to, we have that weekly support here. So again, if we see price, that's pretty much the overall move right now. And it's not a super large move, but you can get a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 within this range. And it's a 4-hour range. You can get one. We have some what we call bearish bullish candles. We had super long wicks for selling, even though they're still bullish. There's some sellers right here in this area. And again, we have these imbalances here. So again, if you're looking for buys, we want to see price open and come down, get support at this weekly low, and then continue up. However, again, looking at the monthly candle, looking at all the information that we have, this may just be a pullback and price may continue down. So yeah, it's really rough with this market. It's in consolidation right now. It's not really an expansion. See some retracement on the monthly. So with that, a little bit of distribution. It's just really hard to call it. So we're just going to be, if you're going to trade within the range that we have marked out. I guess we could move this up now. That is the new high of this range. Below to here. Again, if you look at the 4-hour looks like it's going up. Took out these imbalances. Anything below this is a buy. It's prices in the discount. So that's why I said if it comes down, look for some buy positions. If you are a shorter, I'm not telling you too short. If you are a person that, takes shorts, the opportunity is up here once it reaches the top of the range. So, all right, let's go here to ES. Take a look. ES, similar. We did not get any breaker structure up. Overall, it's trending down. It's still within this range that we have marked out. I'm going to hide this for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did not take out this weekly support that we have marked out. It looks like a couple of days ago, it tapped below it. Go ahead and take a look at this monthly. I see I had looked like a 4-hour imbalance marked out. Let's look at the monthly. Just take a look. Bearish candle did break a structure previous month and this month. Got a close below there. Can the market potentially be in retracement and distribution? Yes. ES can be. Had this marked up here again. Price did dip below there in the previous month. Go ahead and make this the support now for the weekly. Opportunities for entry. Again, it's just trading within the range. So if you're going to get some buys, make sure you're at the bottom of the range. Take the risk based off of the range that we have set, at least for the daily. The daily range is a good gauge as far as risk goes, to set your stop loss based off of the daily range. Let's look at this. Yeah, daily range. See, price is still within there. I would not even, because it came back into this imbalance, have a little gap here that may have been cleaned up. This range is still good. It's coiling tighter, which means it's about to do something. It's about to do something. To which side? We wanted to, for our reasons, we wanted to, break out to the upside. However, we saw the monthly candle was bearish. ES may be in retracement right now. Maybe looking at these daily ranges, high, lower high, lower high. However, this is a higher high, but it did not break this high, even though it broke this high. It did not break this high yet. So it may just pop back into this area and then continue down. You have some areas down here the price could potentially come to. But so that's what we're really looking at. Price may be right now it's a consolidation and accumulation time, and it may go into distribution for a minute. It may retrace down to these other months where it was super aggressive being bullish. So right now it's in consolidation. So let's go to YM, Dow Jones. Dow Jones, same thing. It has not broke. The same thing in the aspect it has not broke outside of this range that we have for our daily range right now. We see price came right back into this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, right back into this area where we had the equal low. I believe it was on the 4 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour real quick. Yeah, we had a 4 hour equal low. Price came right back into that area. Left some imbalances. Came back and cleaned up the imbalance. Overall, again, here, price is looking like it's going down. Let's go ahead and pop out to the monthly and get a bigger picture and make sure we're looking at the whole thing. I'll go ahead and remove this. It's already done. So now the Dow, where we had those high new highs set up, the Dow overall, and going back to what I said on one of the other charts, this is a bearish bullish candle. So it's a bullish candle, but we have this long wick of sellers. They came in, and so it's a small body candle on the bullish side. So this is just a straight bullish candle. Here, this is a super bullish candle. We see sellers try to come in, and price just came right back to where it was, right? But there was a huge sell-off there. So just looking at these candles, we see that there was some selling going on last month, which is why there may be in distribution. But overall, we have not moved outside of that range that we have marked out. Here's our weekly. Broke below previous weeks, but we did not break this low yet. So this is where we're that in-between stage. Again, not a lot to know, know exactly what to do. Just pay attention to the ranges. I'm going to put this down for our weekly support. So weekly support. And this is for people who are, go to the, overall expansion side of the market, because that's pretty much what all the markets do. They keep going up, regardless if they go into retracement or not, or distribution. They continue to go up. So we're still looking for buys. Nothing is telling us that, hey, there's a big shift where we need to be selling. Look at this daily. Again, just within the range. However, we have a high, lower high, lower high. So highly likely we're not done selling off. We have this imbalance down here. Hold on, let me do it like this. Have this imbalance down here. The price could still potentially come back into, it's the daily. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and there was that daily imbalance. We see price just kind of pop right into it and revisited it again. Just couldn't hold. So we're gonna put this down here. That's OBE. We have potential imbalance right here for on Friday. Just overall, we're being patient right now. If price opens and goes up first, we know it's probably not done selling off. If price indeed probably opens and goes down first, it might be just selling off and then coming to this area here and then taking back off. We have our support here on the monthly. support here on the weekly. If we get a daily close below this low here, this 48,700 on the weekly, more than likely it's still selling off. So more than likely it's still selling off. Okay. That's YM. Let's go here to gold. Here we are with gold. I have an area here. Gold finally broke the range last week. Finally broke the range. We see we had a 4-hour range marked off, trying to get a buy below there. Did not quite do it. Just kind of took off, didn't it? Just kind of took off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this 5? Why would I have this here? No, it's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah. We see it barely pulled back into this 4-hour range and then took off. Barely hit the top of this daily range and then took off, which was pretty much what gold has been doing overall. When it's ready to go, it just goes. It just goes. It doesn't. There's no real alert to it. We see here had that equal low, tested it 1 week, then it came up. We had that break of structure. We had that break of that high, pull back, and then sure enough, it just took off from there. It literally pulled into the discount area right here. So this is one of those notes that you need to take to see, hey, when we mark off these areas of discount, when price comes into these areas, look for that shift. You instantly looking for that shift. Here's that break of structure right there. That next candle you should be in. Set your stop loss below here, below the low. And actually, yeah, this I would set it below here. Set it below the low, and make sure your risk is adequate. And if you're holding over, days and weeks, you would have been part of this. You would have been part of this. So let's look at the monthly and get our bigger picture, and we can redraw the range. So it's coming back to this this level here. Right now, our levels was pretty much this 56,600 for gold. 56,600. Is it going to pass through our previous 5,400? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just going to mark this off as the 400. So 5,400. That'll probably be, we want price to go right back to there. And definitely is 5,600. So how can we participate? So we got a super bullish candle last week. Like a perfect setup. Weekly. Looking for the support to come in right here. This potential area for imbalance. If we can get price just to retrace into this support here where price open, we see this gap up from last week to this week. Price didn't even stand a chance. So we have this area right here where price gapped up. Still want to be aware of that. Just look at this daily. And again, we see for this quarter, it hasn't taken out the high. However, it's put in new highs, and we have this area right here where price just popped up last week. Just popped up. So looking at this, it's our daily. So let's mark off our new range, which is like here. Let me just go back real quick. See how we had this range marked off? And then I'll take this range and go right back to here. The range is almost the same. Gold moves, again, like I said, it's been very efficient. Even that move was still within the range that we had previously marked. So prices moved within that range last week. So, well, it took 2 weeks to do that, but there you have it. Just The writing's on the wall. So what would be nice is if we could get price to pull back below here, the 5,100 area, and just dip down into this area here before continuing up. Again, we know how gold is, and more than likely it'll probably just come right here to 52.23 and then continue up, and you start taking some profits at 5,400, and then if you want to let it run to 5,600, we're more than likely going to revisit that price. We've been there before. And gold is not showing this slowing down. Like I said, it's been very efficient. You'll see it comes back and cleans up some inefficiencies and then continues to push. So nothing is showing that gold is slowing down right now. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. Then we can get out of here. Here we are with Bitcoin. Looks like we may be done selling off. We have a higher low right now. We see price went into retracement. I'll move that in a second. I am going to hide it though. So we see price came all the way back down here. What was that? What's the 12 month? Yes, the 12 month. So we saw price just clean up this imbalance. And what did it do? It rejected. The support came in right there. Support came in right there. Is it done selling off? It's showing that the support is there. There should be a shift. We still have these bullish candles. We have nothing saying that there is a shift as of yet, except on the daily. The daily is showing a higher low. It did take out this high from the previous week. Really looking for a close above this area here. Now, is this a place to take a buy? If you can get in here, I think this is a good place because it's showing support. We have a higher low right here. We had a break of structure. Here's the high, here's the low. It's right there at support where it came back and cleaned up this imbalance. Let's look at this. Let's go ahead and put the daily range back out there and plot the new range of Bitcoin right now in these futures. So it's in a discount. So it's a place to shoot your shot. It's a place to shoot your shot. Look a little bit more here. Okay. Again, your stop loss should be below this low. So here's the 4 hour. Here's the low. If it puts it in support, a 4 hour candle here where we get a break of structure, you can put your stop loss here if that shows up. Right now, if you're trying to take a position based off of this, based off the open, your stop loss needs to be below here, below the daily range. Needs to be below the daily range. You have an imbalance here. We see price did try to come back into this gap area. Target should be top of the range. You take some profit or gains there. Would love to see a shift and go up. But we'll see. It's kind of it's moving within this range right now. Price at a discount. This would be an area to take a shot again. The support of that 12-month support that we saw, also monthly. There's a lot of signs of saying like the buyers are here. They're here, even though it's selling off. It's making newer highs. So be on the lookout for our Monday trap patterns. We did talk about a little bit, as far as like what we wanted to see happen, and the potential for price to go one way or the other, and how price will present itself, especially within these trades. So this is a prime time to take a look at that and make sure that we are protecting ourselves with risk management. While it looks like the majority of our instruments that we are trading are in consolidation right now. So again, week 10, March 1st. Let's end this quarter strong. Again, the market hasn't been doing much. This is the investment process channel. Have a great trading week.